Hello everyone! Welcome to Native Man Math Tutorial wherein you can find free mathematics Tagalog tutorial. Ang content ng lesson na ito or ng video na ito ay Grade 11 General Mathematics and this is under Term 1, Week 2 of the Strengthened Senior High School Curriculum. For today's video lesson, we are going to discuss applying percentage in various contexts such as inflation and its effect, markups and discounts in business, value-added tax or VAT, and profit and loss. But before we discuss these lessons, if you are not yet subscribed to this channel, please subscribe for more video lesson. Let's begin! The learning competency of this lesson is apply a percentage increase or decrease in various contexts. Letter A, determining the impact of inflation on cost and wages over time, calculating percentage, markups and discounts, calculating VAT. Letter D, calculating profit or loss in both absolute and percentage terms. And for the objectives, at the end of the lesson, learners will be able to, number 1, define and differentiate percentage increase and percentage decrease. Number 2, explain the concept of percentage increase and percentage decrease. Number 3, apply percentage calculations in various contexts such as inflation, VAT, discounts, and profit or loss. And number 4, solve problem involving percentage. To start, we're going to discuss what is percentage increase and what is percentage decrease. For percentage increase, measures the amount of increase in comparison to the original value expressed as percentage. And for the percentage decrease, measures the amount of decrease in comparison to the original value expressed as percentage. So from the word percentage increase and percentage decrease, ang kinocompute po natin na amount ay in a form of percentage. Okay. And to combine the two, we have the so-called percentage change. So pag sinabi nating percentage change, it's either percentage increase or percentage decrease. So percentage change indicates the extent to which a quantity has increased or decreased in relation to its original value. It is often utilized in finance, sales, budgeting, and data analysis. The formula used for calculating percentage change is this one. PC means percentage change is equal to new value minus original value divided by original value. And then times 100. Okay, so what does it mean by that percentage change? Pag sinabi po nating percentage change, if the result is positive, it indicates a percentage increase. Okay, for example, positive 16% or just 16%. The value increased by 16% from the original value. Okay, and if the result is negative, it indicates a percentage decrease. Example, negative 12% ang percentage change. Then, the value decreased by 12% from the original value. Okay. To understand the percentage change, we're going to have this example number 1. A certain brand of laptop increased from 30,000 pesos to 45,000 pesos due to its more upgraded version. What is the percentage change in the amount of laptop? Okay, so here in our problem, we have two amount here, from 30,000 pesos to 45,000 pesos. So mula po dito sa dalawang value na ito, i-determine natin yung nasa formula ng percentage change niya, new value and original value. So ang original value there is 30,000. Take note, paano ba i-determine kung original or new value? Ito ay from. So mula 30,000 pesos daw, naging 45,000 pesos. So ang original value ay 30,000 pesos at yung new value ay ito pong 45,000 pesos. Okay? Now, we are going to calculate what is the percentage change in the amount of laptop. So ano po yung percentage change? Okay. So using the formula above here for percentage change, new value minus original value divided by original value. So to solve, we are going to substitute the given. So the new value, okay, is 45,000 minus original value, which is 30,000. So here, 45,000 minus 30,000 divided by original value, which is 30,000. Kaya divide by 30,000 and then we're going to multiply it by 100 para po maging siya ay percentage. Okay, to simplify this equation, first, we are going to subtract numerator. So what is 45,000 minus 30,000? That is, lagay po natin dito, 15,000 pesos. Divide by, copy the denominator, 30,000, and then times 100. So bago po natin multiply sa 100, i-divide po muna natin. So, what is 15,000 divided by 30,000? That is equal to 0.50 or 0.5 pwede po. Okay, 0.50 then times 100, that is equal to 50%. Okay, so the percentage change is 50%. Meaning to say, 50% increase in the amount of laptop. So bakit po increase ang nakalagay? Kasi po, positive 50 ang na-compute natin. If positive, then that is increase on the amount of the product. Okay? For number 2 example, what rate of discount or percentage decrease is given if a lady's blouse that regularly for 80 pesos is sold for 60 pesos? Okay, so this problem is about percentage decrease or ito po ay rate of discount. So ang discount po ay magsusubtract ng amount from original value. So yan din po ay percentage decrease. Okay, so we are going to determine which one is the original value and which one is the new value. So sabi dito sa ating problem, regularly for 80 pesos is sold for 60 pesos. So ang original value po natin dito ay 80 pesos at ang new value ay 60 pesos. Okay, using the formula of percentage change, just substitute the given. So here, new value minus original value. New value is 60 minus original value is 80, kaya 60 minus 80 divide by original value which is 80 pesos. Okay, and then multiply it by 100. Okay, so here, subtract the numerator, 60 minus 80 is equal to negative 20, and then divide by 80, and then times 100. So again here, i-divide po muna natin. Negative 20 divided by 80, that is equal to here, negative 0.25. And then, times 100. If you are going to multiply that, that will become negative 25%. Okay, so negative po yung percentage change natin. So kapag negative ang percentage change, then iyan po ay decrease. Okay, so here, 25% decrease of the lady's blouse price. Okay? Okay, we are going to apply percentage change in various contexts. The first one is inflation. So what is this inflation? Inflation is the general increase in prices of goods and services over time, resulting in decreased purchasing power. So ano pong ibig sabihin ng inflation? So ito po yung pagtaas ng bilihin at yung ating pong sweldo or salary ay stay the same. So meaning to say, yung ating pong purchasing power ay bumababa. So ano po yung example? Okay, for example, isang kilong bigas last year ay 20 pesos. Okay? Yung 20 pesos mo last year makakabili ng isang kilong bigas. But now, ang isang kilong bigas ay 50 pesos. So yung 20 pesos mo ba ay makakabili na ngayon ng isang kilong bigas? Hindi na po. So, yun po yung ibig sabihin ng inflation. So, tataas ang mga bilihin, okay? Ibig sabihin, mag-result yan sa decreasing purchasing power. Okay. And to discuss more about inflation, this one, how inflation affects the cost of goods. When inflation occurs, everyday items like rice, grocery items, or gasoline become more expensive, meaning your money buy less. Okay. Kung nung last year ay makakabili ng 20 pesos yung makakabili ng 1 kilogram na rice yung 20 pesos mo, ngayon hindi na po. Okay? At yung 100 pesos mo, kukunti na lang ang mabibili kumpara yung 100 pesos mo last year. Kasi tumaas na po yung mga bilihin. So yun po yung epekto ng inflation. Okay? Another one, adjusting wages for inflation. To maintain the same standard of living, wages need to increase at a rate like inflation. If wages stay the same while prices rise, people effectively earn less. So, kapag ang inflation natin ay tumaas, dapat magtataas din ng ating wages or salary para makasabay po tayo dun sa pagtaas ng mga bilihin. Okay? For example, ang inflation rate mula last year hanggang ngayong taon ay 20%. So dapat yung salary din natin ay mag-i-increase din ng 20% para makasabay tayo sa inflation. Okay? Kaya halimbawa, meron tayong budget na pangbigas sa isang araw, 20 pesos lang last year kasi 20 pesos yung bigas. So ngayong taon, kasi naging 50 pesos na yung bigas, dapat tataas din yung ating sweldo na magiging 50 pesos din yung katumbas ng isang bigas na bibilhin natin. Okay? Yung kaya din nating bilhin yung 1 kilong bigas. Okay? Para makasabay po tayo sa standard living. And the rate of inflation is calculated using this formula. Current price minus previous price divided by previous price times 100. So itong formula na ito ay kagaya din lang po ng percentage change. Okay, so yung current price, ito po yung new value at yung previous price, ito po yung original value. So times 100, kaya yung rate of inflation ay kapareho din lang po ng percentage change. Okay, to understand inflation, let's have this example number 1. In 2024, a sack of rice cost 1,000 pesos. In 2026, the same sack of rice cost 1,500 pesos. What was the inflation rate over this 2-year period? What is the average annual inflation rate for the sack of rice? Okay, so ito po yung problem about inflation. Okay? So here, to calculate the inflation rate, you need to determine which one is the original price and which one is the new price. Okay? Or the original value minus the new value. Okay? So here, the rate of inflation is equal to current price minus previous price. So yung current, yun po yung presyo sa kasalukuyan. Yung previous, yun po yung mga nakaraan. So here, in 2024, 1,000 pesos daw yung amount of price. So yung 1,000 pesos, yan po yung previous price. So previous price po yan. Yan po yung PP. At in 2026 o ngayong taon, the sack of rice cost 1,500 pesos. So ito na po yung current price or yan po yung ating C, lagay ko po dito, then P. Okay, so here, the current price is 1,500. Imaminus natin sa previous price. So 1,500, this one, minus 1,000, divide by previous price, the same 1,000 pesos. Divide by 100%. Okay, so again, to simplify this equation, subtract mo natin yung numerator. So here, 1,500 minus 1,000 is 500. Then divide by 1,000 and times 100. So again, i-divide po muna natin ito. 500 divided by 1,000, that is equal to 0.5. Then times 100. And what is 0.5 or 0.50 times 100? Yan po ay 50%. Okay? So the rate of inflation is 50%. Okay, task ko dito. The rate of inflation that we calculated is 50%. So that is the inflation rate for 2-year period is 50%. So bakit po 2-year period ang inflation? So mula 2024 hanggang 2026. So 2 years ago. Okay? Kaya yung first question po dito ay, what was the inflation rate over this 2-year period? Okay? So for 2-year period, the inflation rate is 50%. Now, how about the second question? What is the average annual inflation rate for the sack of rice? So average annual inflation. So mean to say, 2 taon kasi. Halimbawa, 1 taon lang or average. Okay, here for the average annual inflation rate, yung 50% i-divide lang natin sa 2. So yung 50% in decimal is 0.50, then divide by 2 times 100. And that is equal to 0.25 times 100 or 25%. Or in short, pwede po nating 50% divide by 2. 50% divided by 2 is 25%. So here, to answer the question, the average annual inflation rate for the sack of rice is approximately 25%. Okay, another example. Example number 2. A product's cost increased from 1,200 pesos to 1,500 pesos due to inflation. What is the percentage increase? If a worker's salary only is increased by 20%, did their real purchasing power rise or fall? Okay, so that is problem number 2 about inflation. Okay, ulitin po natin yung problem. A product's cost increased from 1,200 to 1,500 pesos due to inflation. So tumaas po yung product price, which is 1,200 to 1,500 pesos. So here, to calculate the percentage change, kasi ang first question po niya ay, what is the percentage increase or the percentage change? Okay. So here, new value minus original value divided by original value. So mula sa dalawang given natin, 1,200 and 1,500. Which one is the original value and which one is the new value? So yung original value ay 1,200 kasi from, okay? So nag-umpisa sa 1,200 at tumaas naging 1,500. So ang new value is 1,500. And then we're going to substitute sa ating formula. So new value 1,500 minus original value 1,200. Divide by original value 1,200 then times 100. Okay, subtract the numerator. 1,500 minus 1,200 is 300 pesos. Okay? Divide by 1,200 then times 100. So, divide first this one, 300 divided by 1,200 is equal to 0.25. And then times 100 for percentage, that will become 25%. Okay, so what is this 25%? So positive po siya, then that is percentage increase. Okay, kaya po ang tinatanong sa problem dito ay, what is the percentage increase? So the product's cost increased by 25% due to inflation. Now, we are going to answer the second question here. If a worker's salary only increased by 20%, did their real purchasing power rise or fall? Okay. So yung atin pong inflation rate na na-compute ay 25% inflation rate. At yung salary daw ay nag-increase ng only 20%. Ngayon, magkaiba po. Ang inflation rate ay 25%, ang salary increase ay 20%. To answer the question, did their real purchasing power rise or fall? Okay? Tumaas ba o bumaba ang purchasing power? Okay. Since mas mataas po yung inflation rate kaysa salary increase, meaning to say, fallen po or fall yung purchasing power. Okay? To answer the question, the worker's real purchasing power has fallen. Okay? So dapat, since ang inflation rate ay 25%, dapat ang increase po ng salary ay 20%, 25% din para pareho po. Okay? Okay, so another application of percentage is by markups and discounts in business. So ano po ang ibig sabihin ng markups and discount? Unahin natin yung markups. Okay, markups in business, it refers to the amount a company adds to the cost of a product to determine its selling price. Ibig sabihin, ang markup po, ito po yung amount na idinadagdag doon sa amount ng mga products. Bakit po nagdadagdag ng markups or amount? Kasi para po tayo ay kumita. Para din yung mga nagbabay and sell. Binili mo ng 20 pesos, dapat mabenta mo ng 25 pesos. So, para meron kang kikitain na 5 piso. So, yung idinagdag mo doon sa original price ay, ang tawag po doon ay markups. Okay? So, here, we have computing markup percentage. Ito po yung ating formula for markup. Markup is equal to selling price minus cost price divided by cost price times 100. So if you look at the given formula, kapareho din lang po ito ng percentage change. Ano po? So yung selling price, ito po yung new value. Yung cost price, ito po yung original value. Okay? Divide by cost price, original value. Okay? So here, for example, ito po yung ating example. Let us say, ang cost price ay 60 pesos. At ang selling price mo naman ay 90 pesos. Okay? So, yung cost ng product ay 60 pesos lang. And then, ibebenta mo ngayon ng 90 pesos. So, tumaas ba yung price? Yes, tumaas po. Now, to calculate the markup in percentage, okay, always po yung markups ay in percentage, we are going to subtract the new value or the selling price minus the cost price. So, ang selling price is 90 minus cost price 60 pesos. So, 90 minus 60 divided by cost price 60. So, subtract the numerator. Here, we have 90 minus 60 is 30 divided by 60. Okay? And then divide 30 divided by 60, that is equal to 0.50. And then multiply by 100, 0.50 times 100 is equal to 50%. Okay, so here, ang markups ay 50%. Ibig sabihin, ang pagtaas ng price doon sa product ay 50%. Okay? Okay, so how about discounts in business? Okay? Discounts in business, it is the reduction in the original price of a product or services. Okay, so ibig sabihin, ang discounts po ay ito po yung amount na ibabawas mo doon sa original price para po bumaba yung presyo at mabenta ng mas mabilis. Okay? So yung amount na binawas doon sa original price, ang tawag po doon ay discounts. Okay, let's have this example to understand discount. We have original price, 80 pesos. Ngayon, ibinebenta mo na lang sa selling price na 60 pesos. So, magkano yung ibinaba ng price? So, 80 minus 60, that is 20 pesos. And that 20 pesos, ang tawag po dyan ay discount. So, naka-discount po ng 20 pesos. Okay, so here, to calculate or to compute the discount price is equal to original price times 1 minus discount rate. Kapag given po yung discount rate. Okay? And for computing discount rate, how about discount rate naman? Okay? Ang ating i-compute. Discount rate is equal to discount divided by original price times 100. For example, ang hahanapin po dito ay discount rate, not the discount. So ano po yung percentage ng pagbaba ng price? Okay? So ito po yung discount rate na sinasabi kong formula na ito. Okay? Okay, to understand about markups and discounts, let's have this example number 1. A merchant applies a 25% markup to an item he bought for 480 pesos. Then offers a 10% discount. What is the final price paid by the customer? Okay. So ito po ay application ng markups and discount. Okay, ulitin po natin yung problem. A merchant applies 25% markup to an item he bought for 480 pesos. So, magbibigay daw po siya ng 25% markup. Ibig sabihin, magdadagdag po ng amount na 25% mula po doon sa kanyang pagkabili na 480 pesos. And then, pagkatapos niyang malagyan ng markups na 480 pesos, mag-o-offer naman siya ngayon ng 10% discount. Okay, ang question ngayon ay, what is the final price paid by the customer? So magkano po yung price na babayaran ng customer? Okay, ito po yung ating computation. Unahin natin, for the first one, markup. Okay, so markup muna yung nangyari dito, kaya markup muna ang ating i-compute. So for the markup price, that is equal to original price times percentage. Okay, so here, for markup, original price is 480 pesos, this one. Okay, bilugan ko. Ito po yung original price ng ating products, 480 pesos. And then, ang markup daw po niya ay 25%. Okay? So, times 25%. So, here, you cannot multiply 480 pesos times 25% directly. So, yung 25%, gawin nyo muna yan na in a form of decimal. So, 25% in decimal is 0.25. So, now, multiply 480 times 0.25. The product is 120 pesos. So, the markup is 120 pesos or ang idadagdag mo na amount sa 480 ay 120 pesos. So, yan po yung ating markup. Now, ano naman yung ating selling price after adding the markup? For the selling price, 120, ito po yung markup, ito po yung idadagdag natin, plus yung original price ay 480. So 120 plus 480 na original price, that is equal to 600 pesos. Okay. So after applying 25% markup sa price, naging 600 pesos na. Okay. Mula 480 hanggang 600. Okay. So here, the selling price is 600 pesos. After calculating the markup and the selling price, now we are going to apply the discount. So mula po dun sa 600 pesos, i-apply natin yung 10% discount sa problem. So here, for the discount, 600 pesos times 10%. Okay? 10% kasi nakalagay na discount. So again, we cannot multiply 600 by 10%. Gawin nating decimal yung 10%. So this will become 600 times 0.10. Okay? And 600 times 0.10, that is equal to 60 pesos. So here, ang discount ay 60 pesos. Ngayon, mula po sa selling price, ibabawas natin yung discount na 60 pesos. Kaya, selling price is 600 pesos minus 60 pesos. Then, that is equal to, if you subtract, 540 pesos. So, the final price, okay, that the customer pays is 540 pesos. Okay? Okay, another application of percentage is the so-called value-added tax or VAT. So what is this value-added tax or VAT means? VAT is a 12% tax added to the price of goods and services in the Philippines. Businesses collect VAT from customers and remit it to the government. So lahat po ginawang kapag ito po ay legal, meron po siyang 12% tax or value-added tax. So yan po yung dineclare ng ating government na tax po sa lahat ng services, sa lahat po ng products dito po sa ating bansa. Kaya nakalagay po dito in the Philippines. So iba-iba po, depende po sa bansa kung ilan po yung percentage nila. Okay, so here, how to calculate VAT inclusive and VAT exclusive prices. So ano po ang ibig sabihin ng VAT inclusive and VAT exclusive? For VAT inclusive, the price already includes value-added tax. So may mga tindahan na kapag nagbebenta sila ay yung price andun na yung value-added tax. Okay? Again, ang VAT po or tax po o buwis in Tagalog, ito po ay nire-remit po sa ating gobyerno. Okay? So kapag inclusive, yung price ay andun na po yung value-added tax. Kapag naman VAT exclusive, yung VAT ay wala pa po dun sa ating original price ng product. Okay? So kailangan idagdag pa po yun. Okay? Let's have an example to understand the value-added tax. Let us say, for example, number 1, ang VAT inclusive natin ay 56 pesos. At ang VAT exclusive ay 50 pesos. Now, how much is the value-added tax? So, magkano kaya yung VAT? Okay. Again, kapag inclusive yung VAT, 56 pesos. Kapag exclusive yung VAT, 50 pesos only. Now, how much is the value-added tax? So, subtract lang po natin. 56 minus 50, that is equal to 6 pesos. So, ibig sabihin, 6 pesos po yung value-added tax. Kaya nga po, kapag inclusive, 56 pesos. Kapag exclusive, yung amount lang ng product 50 pesos. Okay? So 50 pesos, idadagdag mo yung 6 pesos na VAT or value added tax, kaya magiging 56 pesos yung inclusive. Okay? How about this example number 2? Ang VAT inclusive ay 112 pesos. What is the VAT exclusive and how much is the VAT or value added tax? So, ang inclusive ay 112 pesos. Ibig sabihin ng inclusive, yung VAT, nandito na sa 112 yung value added tax. Ang tanong, how much is the VAT exclusive? Yung walang VAT. At magkano naman yung value added tax or VAT? Okay. So to compute the VAT exclusive, so VAT inclusive divided by 1.12. So ito pong 1.12 ay constant. Hindi po ito magbabago. Okay? So substitute natin, ang VAT inclusive ay 112 pesos divided by 1.12. Then that is equal to 100 pesos. Mean to say, ang VAT exclusive natin ay 100 pesos. So, ibig sabihin, kapag walang tax, 100 pesos. Kapag may tax, 112 pesos. Okay. So, magkano na yung tax or magkano yung value added tax? So, 112 minus 100, that is equal to 12 pesos. So, 12 pesos po, yan po yung value added tax. Okay? Okay, how about this example number 3? VAT exclusive is 200 pesos. Then, we are going to calculate what is the VAT inclusive and how much is the VAT. So again, yung exclusive po, wala dito yung value added tax. Okay, so magkano kaya yung amount ng walang value added tax at magkano kaya yung value added tax? So to calculate, ito po yon. For VAT, that is equal to 200 times 12%. So here, kapag VAT exclusive, ang uunahin po nating isosolve ay ito pong value added tax. Okay? So to get the value added tax of an amount, 200 pesos, i-multiply lang po natin ng 12%. So again, we cannot use 12% to multiply by 200. Okay? So kailangan i-decimal muna bago natin i-multiply ng 200 pesos. So 200 times 0.12, yung decimal ng 12%, then that is equal to 24 pesos. So 24 pesos po yung value added tax. Okay? Then, how about kukunin natin yung VAT inclusive? Kasama yung VAT, how much? So 24 na VAT plus yung exclusive na 200. So 24 plus 200, that is equal to 224 pesos. So here, ang VAT exclusive is 224 and the value added tax or buwis is 24 pesos. Kaya kung titignan natin, kapag walang buwis, 200 pesos lang. Kapag may buwis na, yung amount, 224 pesos na. Kasi yung value added tax o yung buwis ay 24 pesos. So again, itong 24 pesos na ito ay pupunta po sa ating government. Okay, another application of percentage is the profit and loss. So what is this profit and loss? Profit is selling products greater than what it cost. And for loss is selling products less than what it cost. So ano pong ibig sabihin ng profit and loss? So yung profit po ay meron kang profit kung yung products na binili mo ay mas malaki ang selling price mo kaysa sa amount ng pagbili mo. For example, 20 pesos yung amount ng product, dapat ibebenta mo siya ng mas malaki. Let us say 25 pesos. So, from 20 pesos naging 25 pesos, tumaas siya, ibig sabihin mayroon kang profit na 5 pesos. Okay? Kapag loss naman, halimbawa binili mo ng 20 pesos yung product at ibinenta mo ng 15 pesos, so pababa po yung price ng product. So, ibig sabihin, meron kang loss na 5 pesos. Okay? So here, we have the formula of profit and loss. So isa lang po yung ating formula. Selling price minus original price. So kapag ang selling price minus original price, the answer is positive amount, then iyan po ay profit. Okay? At kapag naman yung selling price minus original price ay negative, then iyan po ay loss. Okay. So kapag nag-negative na po yung na-compute mo doon sa iyong selling price minus original price, yan po ay loss. So kapag profit, gain money. Kapag loss, you lose money. Okay. So here, we have example here. We have original price, 50 pesos. And then, ang selling price mo, ibinenta mo naman ngayon sa 60 pesos. So, tumaas ba mula original price? Yes, tumaas. From 50 pesos naging 60 pesos, meron ka pong profit yan. So, ano po yung profit mo? So, selling price minus original price. So, 60 minus 50 is 10. So, positive po siya. So, you gain 10 pesos. Okay? So, the profit is 10 pesos. How about this example number 2? We have original price is 100 pesos, but the selling price is 80 pesos. So, ibig sabihin, nabili mo ng 100 pesos, ngayon, ibebenta mo naman ng 80 pesos. Bumaba ba o tumaas yung price mo? So, bumaba. Kapag bumaba, ito po ay loss. Okay, so magkano yung loss mo? So 80 pesos minus 100 pesos is equal to negative 20 pesos. So ibig sabihin, yung negative 20 na yan, yung 20 pesos na yan, yun po yung loss mo. Okay? So you lose money amounting to 20 pesos. Okay, so let's apply the different percentage that we learned in solving problems. We have this problem number 1. A 1,000 pesos phone is on sale for 10% off. How much is the discount? Okay, so yung phone daw po amounting to 1,000 pesos ay nag-sale ng 10% discount. Okay, now how much is the discount? So here, to calculate the discount is equal to sale price times percentage. Okay? So how much is the sale price? 1,000 pesos at meron po siyang 10% discount off. Okay, so here, substitute the given. Sale price is 1,000 pesos times percentage. Bakit po naging 0.10? So yung 10% in decimal is 0.10. So if you're going to multiply 1,000 times 0.10, that is equal to 100 pesos. So yung 100 pesos na yan, yan po yung discount. Okay? The discount of the phone is 100 pesos. How about this number 2 problem? A toy costs 500 pesos. VAT or value added tax is 12%. What is the total cost after value added tax? Okay. So ang hinahanap po ay after VAT. Okay? Or VAT inclusive. For the value added tax of a toy, sale price times percentage. So yung sale price natin ay 500 pesos yung toy at yung value added tax ay 12%. Okay, so in decimal, para makuha kung magkano yung buwis or VAT, 0.12 po yan. So 500 times 0.12 na VAT, then that is equal to 60 pesos. Ibig sabihin, ang buwis po ng toy na nagkakahalaga ng 500 pesos ay 60 pesos. So idadagdag natin ngayon itong 60 pesos doon sa cost ng toy, okay, para doon sa total amount. So this become the total cost of the toy is equal to sale price plus VAT. Okay, at ang sale price ay 500 plus yung VAT na na-compute natin which is 60 pesos. So 500 plus 60, then that is equal to 560 pesos. So kapag walang VAT, pag walang buwis, 500 pesos lang yung toy. Kapag binigyan na ng buwis, then 560 pesos na ang babayaran. Okay? So here, the total cost after VAT is 560 pesos. Number 3 problem. A bag costs 600 pesos and is sold for 750 pesos. What is the profit? Okay. Meron po bang profit? Tumaas po ba yung cost ng product o ng bag? Yes. So a bag cost 600 pesos at ibebenta po ito ng 750 pesos. Ibig sabihin, tumaas po yung amount ng bag. So ibig sabihin, meron po dyan profit. Okay, so ang hinahanap po ng problem is what is the profit? So for the profit, sale price minus original price. Okay, so what is sale price? 750 pesos. At ang original cost po niya, original price ay 600. So here, 750 pesos minus 600, that is equal to 150 pesos. Ibig sabihin, ang profit po sa bag ay 150 pesos. So the profit of selling a bag is 150 pesos. How about this number 4 problem? A t-shirt costs 1,200 pesos. There is a 50% discount. What is the new price of the bag? Okay. So 1,200 daw po yung cost. And then mag-a-apply ng 50% discount. Now, the question is, magkano na po yung magiging price ng bag after deducting 50% discount? So here, discount is equal to sale price times percentage. So ang sale price ay 1,200 at ang percentage po ay 50%. So here, sale price is 1,200 times percentage 50% in decimal is 0.50. So 1,200 times 0.50, that is equal to 600 pesos. So here, ang discount po ay 600 pesos. Okay? So the new price is equal to original price minus discount. So ang original price po ay 1,200 pesos minus discount na 600 pesos. And then, ngayon, yung new price niya ay 600 pesos. So here, the new price of the t-shirt is 600 pesos. Okay, for number 5 problem. A store is offering a buy 2 get 1 at 60% off promo. Each item costs 800 pesos. What is the total cost for 3 items and what is the effective discount percentage? Okay, try to pause this video and solve. At kapag mayroon na po kayong sagot, continue watching until the end of this video kasi yung sagot po sa number 5 problem na ito ay ilalagay ko po sa end of the video. Okay? Good luck! Salamat sa panonood mga anak. I hope that you learned from my simple video lesson. See you on my next discussion about sequence. So yung sequence po ay week 3 of the revised K-10 curriculum. And the computation for number 5 problem. So dalawa po yung question. What is the total cost for 3 items? The cost of 3 items is 1,920. And for the second question, what is the effective discount percentage? The effective discount percentage is 20%. So ito po yung aking computation for problem number 5. If you got the correct answer, well, very good. See you on my next discussion. If not, pwede po ninyong i-replay yung video na ito to understand about percentage.